Traders, how you doing? Quick video today, and it is a quick video. I always say it, but I've actually put it there. Short video. We're going to get straight into it. Hope you're having a good midweek. As you can see, usual stuff, nothing new in terms of me showing you my live futures account. Did over $1,000 today with about $300 adverse excursion, an imbalance play on crude. Slightly different today because I'm going to be showing you the dome, and as usual, no technical analysis junk, okay? And I'm going to keep saying this because I don't care, right? When you're using technical analysis, it's like being in the under fives, all right? You might as well be in the under fives football pitch, right? Playing with the kids. If you're ready for the Premier League, this is what basically the big guys are using, all right? So, you know, if you want to play with the under fives, you can keep playing with the squiggly lines, and I'm going to say that with no sort of, I'm not going to hold back anymore. I'm going to say it how it is. If you're ready for the Premier League, then carry on watching this video. Right, let's get straight onto the charts. I'm going to show you my crude oil trade using full-size CME contracts. Like I said, Premier League, yeah, we're not going to be on the kiddies pitch anymore. Let's get straight into it. Okay, so as you know, I like to start with the market profile. So that's what we've got here. But just very quickly, I know I was quite harsh at the start. And in fact, I wasn't. I just want people to realize why I said all that stuff that I said. It's because, you know, this is serious, guys. This is a serious business. Crude oil here. Very, very serious market. Very small amount of retail participation in this market, okay? These are people who are very serious about this. You know, they're not, excuse me, they're not waking up every day and, you know, checking for signals and checking what XYZ is doing. They don't care, okay? Very serious money. As you'll see today, I did, I believe it was about $60 or $70. I'm going to show you per tick. Okay, my live account, I'm going to show you that. All right, this ain't no, you know, make-believe Harry hindsight crap. This is just seeing that I'm on the right side. Very serious stuff, and actually I want people to realize I'm saying all the stuff I do because I care and I want you to do well. You know, we're all adults here, we're not children, you know, so we need to start taking this seriously, because I'm fed up of people saying, oh, you can do this, you can do that, you can drag this on, you can drag that on, and it's easy. It's not. Very, very difficult, but perfectly doable. So start taking it seriously, like the serious players do. Market profile used widely by serious players who want to develop their day, their thesis for the day, really try and understand what you know, the big players who control is a strong word, but at least influence the market heavily are doing. So, you know, I spoke about it before about I believe we had this balance area here. I've spoken about it on the previous video. Then we had some balance here, but you know, very visual. Then we had some balance here again. We came out of it and we started to form some balance in this area here. And then yesterday was a very curious day because we, excuse me, we did break out of it. My pen went a bit funny there. Apologies. All right, we did break out of it, and really that set the tone for what I was feeling might happen today. I felt there might be a structural shift up. Sorry, I'm having a nightmare with this pen. Okay, I should probably be in the under fives on the pitch, with back on the under fives pitch with this. The way this I'm using this pen, it's a bit of a shambles, but let me just clean that up. So yeah, being back to seriousness. You know, really set the tone. You might think I'm just drawing random boxes. I'm not, okay? People are looking at this stuff very seriously, thinking, okay, you know, are we going to target this side? Wouldn't surprise me to see crude oil start to test 61, 62 this week as we get back into this balance area, which I spoke about many times. You can see the market likes this area. We already started to make the move yesterday, so any sort of selling pressure today, you know, I was buying it, okay? You see, no sort of technicals needed, none of that, okay? Common sense, experience, recognizing and understanding what balance is. If you've used Amazon, eBay, you'll know what balance is. Obviously you can build on that. Financial markets a little bit more complex, but that's what I was looking at. So that was kind of my thesis for today, was, you know, any selling pressure that comes in, potentially we're gonna have this structural shift. Now in the past I've talked about, you know, rotational shifts within a particular block where the market is happy. Here it was moving from one block to another. So let's go and have a look anyway at the VWAP chart and how I actually played this structural shift. Alright guys, so I've got the VWAP here, and I've put them side by side so you can see how I actually played out my thesis. And as I always do, let me just show you my order fills for today. There you go, nice and quick. Okay, so you can see everything that I did quite openly. Let me show you my trade window. Okay, that's today, $1,100, okay, on the dot. So you know everything's kosher as usual. Just get that out of the way now. Alright, so basically you can see my entries here, right? So you can count these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 contracts, okay, $60 a tick on crude oil. But more importantly, kind of what was I doing, right? And I talked about, you know, the move from this terrible drawing. Let's start again. The move from this structural kind of area into the next one. Let me just draw this properly. Never got an A in art. Almost got thrown out my art class, but as I said, I was expecting this move out of this kind of area, you know, which is kind of this area here. So you can see we started to kind of build some value above the VWAP, whereas, you know, in the past in videos I've talked about rotational plays above and below the VWAP. Today was slightly different. We had this sort of persistent trading happening above the VWAP. The pit opened, right, and I knew that kind of my opportunity was probably there. I had to be patient, let it go a little bit. It came back into kind of an area that I wanted to seize upon, and I bought it basically. And what actually ended up happening is it ended up, so you've got balances that happen, you know, happen that over multiple days, but don't forget balances can also happen on single days, right? So what was happening is it ended up being a very balanced day. You can see it there. Obviously I talk about this more in the G7 course, but I was kind of trying to fill this area in. It was becoming very balanced on the day on an intraday basis, right? So yes, we were trading above the VWAP, but the way we were trading above the VWAP was very balanced. Okay, like that. So I kind of felt like it was a bullish balance, I guess, if you want to call it that, and therefore it seemed to be running out of steam, which is why I got out of the trade. And I felt that it would drift for the rest of the day, and to be fair, that's what it's done. The VWAP started to go pretty flat, and as you can see, it's just kind of been in a bullish range but above the VWAP, and it's just started to drift. So in line with really that shape that the profile was taking place today. Now the final thing, I said I would keep this quite short, is, you know, I talked a lot about the footprint in the past. You can have a look at the dome. You know, it was really quite prevalent in the dome. You can actually see it there. It was persistent essentially on this side. You know, there were some buyers there absorbing, but when we got into this area, kind of the 60-20 area, 60-10, 60-20 area. Okay, so actually you were seeing this kind of, I mean, there's a little bit of spoofing going on there, but there was a persistent buyer when we were getting into this area, just the other side of the profile in this kind of area. I know this is very, very advanced. You can see some spoofing going on actually, because the guy, look, he's now shifting to that side. But that's fine. That's because it's not the, you know, we're now here. It's a different time in the market. There's probably someone there just playing some games, you know, consistently holding, buying, absorbing, and then pretending to be on the other side. There you go, you can see it there, and then just leaving his order again, which suggests, you know, that the market does want to shift up, but that's a completely separate point. I was seeing this type of action on the dome happening bit further down around here, the other side. That's where you want to see this kind of stuff happening. It's quite nice to see it on the other side of balance. You can see it there, very much on this side. We were seeing someone happy. You know, every time people were trying to sell this market down in this area, someone was just sitting there, you know, wanting to buy the contracts. It's a shame actually that maybe in the future I'll try and record some of that action. It's a shame that the person doesn't seem to be around right now. It's someone else just playing games. But at the time, you know, there was a much bigger player in the market. Happy to kind of push this buying size up. You can see a little bit of it there. There you go, 100. It was more like 150 contracts willing to just absorb further down at this level. So I know this was a little bit more advanced than what I've shown before, but you know, we got to kick on, guys. I am going to try and show some basic stuff, but you've got to realize, look at the difference. What am I looking at here compared to half the garbage you see? And I never mention any names. You know, I respect what everyone's doing. I would never ever mention any particular names, but you know, when you're trading this sort of size, $60 a tick, gonna be honest with you, I haven't got time for those stupid lines on the under fives football pitch. Okay, this is the stuff you want to be looking at. Real people coming in, gives me the confidence to kind of trade in that size. Not easy. Kind of final word I want to kind of say is that it's not easy. All right, people say I make it look easy. It's not. Every single day I always do have that. I don't know if it's butterflies in the stomach, but obviously when you've got size on, you know, it's never that feeling of, oh yeah, you know, I'm gonna win. No, I don't. In fact, I think Paul Tudor Jones has a saying about, you know, he always assumes that all his positions are not going to work out for him, and that way he can keep level-headed and not get too cocky and things like that. And to be honest, you can see it there, guys. The guy just went up to 130. This is more a psychological thing. You know, I just want to make it clear that when I'm trading this sort of size, it's not easy, even for me. And even after all these years, I'm always, you know, always have that feeling of, oh, I don't know if it's anxiousness, but I'm always kind of humble and mindful, accepting that, you know what, I may lose $1,000. I may make $1,000 or $2,000. I may lose $500. I'm always open, very open-minded, and willing to accept that anything can happen. I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm never I don't take it for granted, right? That, you know, I'm trading this size and I'm going to make money today. I don't, okay? It's very, very difficult. But to make life easier, I try to look at the right stuff, okay? Not random stuff. I'm not gambling here. I take this business very, very seriously. That's why I've introduced the dome today. So hopefully that was useful. I'm going to bring some more and more stuff in, get a little bit more in depth. But yeah, that's what institutional guys are looking at. I hope that was useful. Don't see enough people showing this stuff out there, you know, with their actual fills and everything. Have a nice day. Have a great rest of week. Don't forget, final thing, you can follow me on Instagram at MVForex if you want to see more stuff like this. I'm always posting my trades, a little bit about what I'm thinking throughout the day, etc., etc. So follow me there at MVForex. Like the video if you want to see more stuff like this, and subscribe. Got tons more stuff like this coming. Have a great week, guys.